All right. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I want you guys to confirm you can hear me and see me. So I know nobody's missing out. Good. So if you can see me, please confirm, drop a comment on the comment section, or you can also indicate using emojis and stuff. So I'm sure everybody's been carried along. Good, 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 good. I think you guys can hear me. That's awesome. So I'm super excited to be here with you guys today. This is like the first session we're having for the year 2025. And it's something I'm very, very much excited about. In the beginning of every year, there's a ritual I usually have where I go live, most times sections like this, and I tell people my plans for the year. Okay. Now, the idea behind this whole thing is to also inspire you guys to, you know, to approach 2025 with some similar form of vigor. I mean, on your own parts, when the dates clicked, bagam, January 1st, most of you were excited and stuff. And those of us that goes around doing the year resolution and stuff, you probably have created something and you're like, okay, 2025 is going to be the year where you win, those sort of thing. Give me a minute. Let me get something to clear my board. And a few of you were like, okay, maybe I won't do New Year resolution this year because I mean, I've probably done this kind of thing a lot of time and nah, it doesn't really do anything for me. So you want to adapt a new approach, yeah? It's possible. But then others are like, they've said many, many prayers and they're like super hyped. Their pastor is probably giving them some form of flyer and said, like they will go on their door and they'll be like, this is their year of dominion. So what we're going to share today is not me giving you flyers or telling you that it's a year of dominion. Basically, this is me and showing you my own practical approach to making 2025 work for me. I don't know. Some of you probably read that resource I shared via email, the whole scam behind New Year resolutions and stuff. And one thing that actually worked for me is always approaching every single new period with a plan. Because whether I like it or not, 2025 is a special time. I mean, it's a new year. The sun has gone round the earth. I've been at the earth, they go around the sun, one of the two. But yeah, this is a special period for most of us. I can see Faith, I can see Faith up, but please turn on your camera so I can see most of you, those of you who can, yeah? So this is a special period for most of you, and you're super excited about, okay, I want to do more. It's possible you're already doing really good. But this time around, you don't want to just do good, you want to do more. So how do you approach it? So I have a 5 plan system, and that is every single thing. It's not every one of them that is on the board yet, but I have a 5 plan system, and that's exactly what I want to share with you guys today. Good. I can see Marvelous face now. I can see Abraham. Awesome. So this is my 5 plan system to win in 2025, right? Now I've noticed that for most people, the biggest issue they have has to do with this guy. Number one, noise. I'll tell you why real soon. This is the biggest issue most of you face. It's not just you actually. Even myself at the face sometimes. Noise. Where do you get this noise from? Social media. Number one, bagam guy. Family, environment. Humans, we live through life in a state of constant stimulation. You go on the internet, you are bombarded with news, information here and there. I don't have Twitter on my phone anymore because I realized at some point, like, I was getting an overload of data. And what that happens is that, I mean, sometimes we get sucked up into terrible, nasty habits and routines. Sometimes it's not very, very bad, but sometimes it can be super bad, right? I was having a conversation with one of my mentees very recently, and he was telling me about how he's not been doing very, very well. And he confessed and he said he's been sucked into an habit of doom scrolling. So, in moments where he should be proactive, working on something pretty much exciting or creating, he gets stuck in a very, very terrible place where he just goes, spends his entire day scrolling reckless in social media or watching porn. Nasty stuff. Stimulation. This is a nasty thing. And then, how about family and stuff, your environment where you grow? There's this subtle thing that happens for most people, and we kind of like the real person that we are is we didn't really create that individual. It's something that comes in out of different things we collect from people around us. So your environment, things that happens around you, all of them contribute to the person you really are. Whether it's subtle influence or direct influence, these things happen. So I mean, stimulation is constant. And then you have the TV shows, and whatnot. All of these are noise. Now, when you get overstimulated, it gets the big problem actually for most people is that it becomes very, very difficult for you to focus. And believe it or not, the big problem or the biggest problem I've observed among many people, myself included sometimes, has to do with this guy, focus. I mean, you pretty much know that you have to do A, or if you do things this way, you probably increase the odds in your favor to this direction. But getting started becomes a big challenge, right? And even when in situations where you are able to, you get to realize that, bro, it's very, very difficult for you to actually focus. I mean, this is not just me saying it. If you do your own research, you see that focus rates amongst humans these days has become very, very terrible. Those days, you could see people holding a book and spending time to actually read. But this time around, people are unable to go through life. The next minute, you just hear a notification of someone, and the next thing they're checking their phone. And then when they're like, okay, what was I doing before? It's gone. Focus becomes a problem because of this constant stimulation we have everywhere. And I was listening to, was it a podcast? That was yesterday. And there was this guy that was just talking and it was making some very, very fine points, yeah, about a business owner, or if you want to really, really win, then you have to get in touch with creativity. That's what he said. Now, I didn't really think much about it because, I mean, I'm the kind of person that before I make any decision or before I accept any logic or any idea to be a fact, I like thinking about it. But what the guy was saying was making lots of sense, actually. And it got me thinking, because yeah, whether I like it, I think the example we used was about God. I mean, the Bible's account of creation, and I mentioned that God created everything from day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on day 7, God rested. So God created man at some point towards the end of the creation days, and when he was done creating man, he kind of like appointed man to take care of the earth, right? All the things in it. Say, see, you know what, Adam, I'm giving it to you, take charge. Now, God created and then he rested. And then if you remember too, yeah, when he said mankind was created in God's image. And for most people, they tend to understand that passage differently. Some people will tell you that mankind was created in God's image, but I mean, God is the spirit. So what do we mean by mankind was created in God's image? There's people, other person will now tell you that, you know what, dude, it simply means that the qualities that God has, we have the potential to exhibit the same. And that's the fact. Because Bible tells you that God is love, God is patient, God is this, God is that, and stuff like that. And humans, we have the potential to manifest similar qualities. But there's one attribute that God has, and that every single person can admit to. And what is that attribute that God has? God is a creator. There's this guy on YouTube I love listening to. His name is Dan Cole. You guys can check him out if you want. And it talks something about the creator economy and how that is literally the way for anybody to break into financial freedom relatively easily. You know, one of the ideas that he shares is that every human, which is the fact, every single human, we are on one journey. Whether you are here, you paid me money because you want to learn how to contact or how to get in contact with foreign clients that can pay you good amounts of money and change your life. There's one journey every single one of us are, or basically that one apparent all of us together. And what is that? We are all on a journey to something, which is called self-actualization. So the guy that has a business, the guy that has a skill, the girl that, or the girl or the guy that does not want to do anything with their life, they rather want to sleep with men for money, or the person that is jumping from one religion to the next because trying to search for God, every single person in one way or the other, this is what they are trying to get, self-actualization, different paths. Some people take a path this direction, others take like this, others take like this. But the point is, every single person, if you want to really, really get satisfaction, there's one thing you should be able to do, and that is create. That's why I mentioned when I was having the session with you guys the other time that if you want to really win, then the idea you should have is you are the kind of person who can create something for in the minds of your clients, and that is an experience. So you are a creator, whether you like it or not. That is one thing I need you guys to realize. Like, if you want to be really, really satisfied, you want to win, then there's a mindset you need to be able to have. First, that this is who you need to be, a creator. And it's very, very difficult for you to create when you are overpillaged with noise. Environment, social media, doom scrolling, porn, sex addiction, drug addiction, anything at all, it becomes very, very difficult for you to create or to become this guy. To tap into that energy of a supreme being, which is God. Yeah? Now, the crazy thing is, when that stuff is there, that noise that finished you, you find difficult to focus, you begin to lose connection with you. One fundamental approach I've mentioned to every single one of you during our sessions has always been the you elements. Be able to impregnate mind to your personality. Now, ask yourself a question. How are you able to connect with the real you to let that personal energy shine in all your dealings when you've lost this from the beginning and now all your life is stimulation, stimuli, no direction. There's nothing for you. You've lost connection with the real you. You don't even know who you are. And then at some point, you get to realize that every single thing about you is probably people's ideas. They are being blown by the wind here. The next thing, you probably see something here, and then you just accept it to be a fact, and you're blown like this, blown like that. Zero. Stimulation wants to finish you. No direction. Difficult to focus. Now, if you want to help yourself, this is number one. That noise thing, that's a big challenge, and you have to cut off everyone. If you want to help yourself, there's something I recommended for most of my mentees last year. And I'm going to recommend it for you guys today too, right? It's something I call digital detox, right? It's important. Yeah, I'm going to write it here so you guys can see it. You could do some more research into this yourself, all right? It helps. Now, every information I'm giving you right here, I'm trying to transform you guys into the kind of person that can get the results you want to get. Because I told you something during one of our sessions that if you want to make $1,000 in a month, you have to first of all become the kind of person that can make $1,000. If you want to make 5K, you have to become that kind of person first. If you want to be a person that can earn $10,000 in a month, it's not just about stumbling on it. Nah, that's why you see people, they have money. And then at some point, they lose everything, but you see they make it all back. And then you also have some people that stumble into wealth. And then at some point, you see that they just lose everything, no way for them again. Because they're not that individual. You just stumble into wins. So if you want to be this kind of individual that can pull whatever kind of result, this is the process you have to follow. Take out notes. It's very important. Now, the easy way for you to do that is by going on some form of digital detox. Because the main noise in every one of our lives comes from the internet. Find a way, maybe once a week or any time, or maybe some particular time, to have some alone time. Take out your phone. Zero phone. Zero phone. Now, the crazy thing is, you probably will not know that you are so addicted to this whole stimulation right now. You probably will not know it. Just like that person that addicted to drugs, drug abuse and stuff, yeah? And then when you see, say, that drug, when we say the person they take, not they are available at that time, the person not go fit think. And they say, voila, you freaking addicted. The same thing. The same thing. They will carry their last sheets to go and do it. This is the thing. When you cut out this thing, say, yeah, without your mobile device or without those forms of stimulation, at some point, it's as though you cannot think. It's as if, guy, you know, waiting the sub. Yes, it should happen to you. Do some research into this stuff. I don't have as much time to break down this whole thing. So you could go on YouTube and watch videos on digital detox and stuff. It's going to help you, yeah? So you do that, carve out some time, zero phone, zero. There's some activity I recommend to most of my people when I have my warm mode thing. And I tell them that when you're doing warm mode, you guys know what warm mode is. We work from 12 to like 4 a.m. in the morning, some stuff. Now for warm mode, I tell them that, see, if you want to win with this thing, yeah, this is what you need to have. Be able to do something called deep work. And that is like complete focus on that thing, on one task alone. No distractions. Now, if you are the kind of person that can take yourself through this digital detox journey, at least once a week or so, you see that you begin to gain better connection with you. You start to think. You start to see life and let it connect with the real you deep inside that you've kept locked out. The real you that have been covered with other people's opinions, other people's ideas, things on the internet and stuff, that you are unable to have anything that connects with who you really are. Your energy. I say this things a lot. Life is energy. Your energy starts to be born. It starts to be born. Nearly every single person that have worked with me on projects and stuff, they got sold, not because of anything special I was giving them, but by my energy. One of the companies I worked with based in Europe, we had one of the girls that was with us then, I think that was today, I kind of like sent her a message. I left the company some few months back. Why did I leave the company? They were paying me good money. Oh. like a couple thousands of dollars and stuff. I left. Now, when I left, at that point, the girl was like, why is I leaving and stuff like that? We're like really cool. And what, even though we were not we were not talking every single time, but we just had this kind of cool, but she just kind of like my vibe. Because I was helping her when she got hired in the company, I helped her through her onboarding session and taught her many of the things that she started doing for us here. So we're talking today, and you're like, there's something I've been meaning to say. She felt like maybe her presence contributed to the reason why I kind of like left, because at the time when she came in, she was very, very efficient and stuff. And that was the period where I was getting disinterested in the work we're doing, because I was not seeing as much growth as I would like. But then she thought to me that maybe because she came, she was not feeling like I was doing she was doing some of my work, and that was why I was feeling disinterested, and that was why I left. That was what she was thinking in her head. But I told her that, nah, that was far from me, right? And then we got talking, and the next thing she was like, what was I up to now? And I mentioned it to her and stuff, other things too with clients, and then my whole Airbnb business, I do investments and everything. And she was like, dude, do you just collect investment from just Nigerians? So I was like, nah, I mean, I have a few guys from the US who also invest in and stuff. She's like, I want to invest. And the next thing was like, what's the minimum she could, like, the minimum? They have a minimum threshold or something. And she's like, I told her, like, dude, this is it, a couple thousands of dollars. And she's like, yeah, I mean, I can do this. Let's have a call. Nothing special. She didn't tell me. I just show her portfolio, show her this, show her that, show her this, show her that. Again, we didn't have a very, very tight relationship. It was just the vibe that she felt, energy. So when you are able to take yourself through this kind of journey, you start connecting with the part of you that you want people to see and get sold on. The part of you that when you get on calls with clients, you are able to be the real you and chill. And then the client is thinking that, dude, we want this guy in this space. He has the energy that they don't explain it. It's a universe thing. So you need to be able to do that. Carve out time for yourself. It helps you connect better. It helps you with one other thing that is very, very important. My red marker is finished, but I'm going to try to manage this one that I have. And that is this guy called clarity. It's very, very important. It helps you with clarity. This guy here. It's very, very, very important. So we've established the first one. I've find a way to cut out noise. This is key. Every single one of you on this journey to self-actualization that you are on, you have to understand that, see, I'm a creator. My business in this game is being able to create some certain kind of experiences in people's minds so they can give me money. Whether you like it or not, that is the way it works. Create some certain kind of energy. When you enter into this space, there should feel like a force of nature has arrived. There was this millionaires meetup. It was kind of like a dinner. I was invited to sometime last year. Was it last year? Maybe 2 years ago. One of the people there, I've never met them before. Funny enough, I was the last person to arrive. I came there with my girlfriend. All right. We kind of like made it into some form of dinner dating. It was nasty. So I came out with my girlfriend. I just walked in. And he said that it was as though the energy in the room shifted when this guy came. Now, I'm not trying to go all spiritual on you guys, but people call these things aura and stuff. Some people call it confidence. These things radiate, they smell, it gets spirits, the people feel it, whether you like it or not. And the only way is when you are able to connect with you. The only way you can impregnate mind, the personality, is when you are able to connect with you. Cut out noise. That is the key part. It's very, very key. Every single one of you, that's your first step to winning in 2025. Cut out noise. It's distracting you. You don't know it, but it's distracting you. It's distracting you. Ask yourself, how many hours do you spend on TikTok, Instagram, and stuff like that? How many hours do you spend gisting some kind of gist that does not make sense? Cut out noise. I mean, it's nasty. This is the second thing I want you guys to have. Don't spread too thin. You know, one of the mistakes that many people make in this modern age is the feeling that they have to have their hands here. There's this popular saying that jack of all trades, master of none. There's a form of wisdom in this, actually. And the thing is, when you spread yourself too thin, you are unable to give your full form to something. It's just like this, yeah? What example do I use to explain this so that it would make even more sense? Good. This is it. It's not like a computer. A computer has something called CPU. A CPU is the central processing unit of a computer, like your phone. That would be much more interesting. My dogs are barking. Just like your phone. Now, your phone has a CPU. It has a processing component that processes the data and everything that goes on inside your phone. Now, some phones, there's something that you guys know, they call it RAM. I think RAM means, is it random access memory? Yeah, it's almost the same thing. Now, if your phone has like a 4 gig RAM, for example, right? Or you have some phones that have 2 gig RAM and stuff. Okay, now let me just say 4 gig RAM. Now, there are some processes that goes on inside your phone that naturally takes up space. Even if you are not doing anything, these things are currently running and they take up space. If you let noise come into your life too much, that your 4 gig RAM that you think you have, if you take out like 1 or 2 gig out of it, and you are left with only like 2 more gig to try to see if you can use this to be creative, cut out noise. Now, let's say noise don't chop out that your 2 gig out of your 4 gig when we say you get. And now you now even go forward to spread yourself too thin. The same you have your head here, you have your head here, you have your head here, you have your head here. You spread yourself. What happens is that there's half part of you, there's half part of you, there's half part of you, there's half part of you. Remember, you cannot be 100% efficient. You are not a machine, you are human, you make mistakes. So funny enough, inside this half that you even think you are spreading yourself is not even up to half. At the end of the day, the results that will come out will look so malnourished without any substance. And then you see it's crying. And then you start complaining that my life is stagnant. Nothing for the amount of efforts I'm putting in, nothing major is coming out of. That is because you've allowed noise to chop out of your gig of your RAM. You've allowed yourself to spread yourself too thin, and now it's affecting the quality of results you are getting. It's nasty stuff. You see, this thing is basic science. And I'm trying to break this down for you so that every single one of you will understand the perspective really, really deeply. This CPU that you have, this RAM that you have is finite. You have only limited amount of energy during the day. You have only limited amount of focus for any given day. Manage it. Reduce noise, cut out noise, cut it out, cut out. Then don't spread yourself too thin. For 2025, every single one of you have one very, very clear target. Every single one of you should have one very, very, very clear target. Now you have, oh no, I think I'm covering up my screen with this. Now you have these clear targets, right? These clear targets. What do you do next? You pick one area that you want to dominate. Pick one area that you want to dominate. Now, when you pick that one area that you want to dominate, the next thing you do is you visualize. I have an inner Kakos mentorship community many people don't know about. I build with them. When I build with them, when I go on my own project launches, I share my process with them intimately. The reason is I want them to be able to be connected with results at a particular level. You know, I was having a conversation with one of them the other day. I mean, I kind of like shared with him, this is it. We're pulling 500 million naira 2025 in invested cash flow. Next month, Jehovah's willing, we're investing the sum of 40 million naira in a gym. Sorry, 45 in a gym. This is going to be the first of our project in 2025. This out of year will be left with about 455 million naira that money that we're going to be investing. Now, every single one of this money, we're going to be raising them from investors too. I'm shooting them inside these stuffs. And the guy head was blown. They were like, dude, this is nasty. And yeah, it was playing small game. Nah. The same year that I was talking to you, 2 years ago, we were able to pull about 40 million naira in results. And it was a lot of money for me. If I told you the amount of cash we were able to pull last year, you'll be equally stunned. That is what happens when you have a clear target. You pick one area you want to dominate, and then you visualize. What does visualize mean? I want you guys to communicate to me at this point. Now, when I say visualize, what do you think it means? I'm going to be looking at the comment section. Everybody, tell me. When I say visualize, clear target, don't spread too thin. One clear target, pick one area to dominate, then visualize. Visualize. What do I mean? I want you guys to comment section, everybody. Tell me. Someone says make a mental picture. I think that's Basil. I want you guys to talk. I have quite a number of people on here on this call. I want you guys to talk. Someone says creative imagination. Okay, let me slow down. I like this. I'm seeing people commenting. Good. Someone says creative imagination of the direction you want to go. Indeed, a mental picture. Someone says imagination. Someone says to see it happening presently. I like that word. I like that description. Someone says imagine your process in action. Someone says plan. Someone says having a workable plan. Someone says seeing in your mind's eyes the outcome that you want. Someone says see yourself as the person you want to become. I like that one too. Now someone says being. I have to write that down. That is awesome. You see, all of you are getting the point. All of you are getting the point. I like that choice of word. It says being. Being. Someone says to see yourself in the future picture. Imagine to create a clear mental picture of your desired outcome. See it happening already. Mental picture of the future that you want. Good one. See, all of you are eating the thing. Una dey knack am, and I like them. Being. You are a human being. This term being, it can come in different forms. In this case, let's imagine it to mean you are a human who can influence things in your favor, because that is what you want to do. There's one thing to leave things to chance. Now, all this game we are doing now is influencing things in our favor, increasing the odds. I'm writing at the right spot. Influence things in your favor. Now, you want to become like this. You want to put things like this. You want to get X kind of results. You want to make X kinds of money. You want to be able to have conversations with X kind of clients. You have to become. You have to be. Now, if you look at the term being, right? Let me be a little bit philosophical about you. We've said that you have to become, yeah? Yes, you have to become. That you see yourself having X kind of results. You want to get X kind of things. In this present moment, feel it as though it's already happening. Become. Now, when you look at the term being, it's an action word composed of two things. There is be, and then you have in. It's a continuous process. That is why I tell every single one of my mentees, do not get fixated on the current things that is happening right now. The process is even much more important. And that takes us to number 3 point I want you guys to know today. Build momentum with consistency. Okay, before they build momentum with consistency, the first thing, the point before that one is just take action. Just take action. This is the number 3 point. First one, cut out noise. Second one, have a clear mental picture. Oh, sorry. Set a clear target. Pick area you want to dominate. Visualize. Just take action. Being is a continuous word. You don't expect to have it all figured out. You want to make X kind of result. Believe it's already happening to you. Get yourself mentally to be in that state. You want to have people do this thing called vision board. I told you guys already about it. Now, the vision board is you can have a board like this, create cutouts of that future you want. You want to have your own apartment. Get a design of how you want your apartment to look like. Print it out, gum it on your vision board, somewhere you can see. You want to have your own car. What car do you want to have? Is it a Lexus ES350? Is it the red Lexus ES350 2013 model? Get a picture, print it out, stick it on that freaking board. You want a vacation to TV destination in 2025? What destination would you like to go to? Print out those freaking pictures, stick it on your vision board. You want to get married to the love of your life? Print out a very, very beautiful picture depicting that stuff that you want. Put it there. You want to have 25 million naira cash in your bank account by the end of the year. Get a check showing 25 million naira with your name, with your bank, that you are going to cash. Get that check, write it out, put your signature, put the freaking date, stick it on that fucking vision board. Become. It's continuous. Now you become, you have to be. You are a human freaking being. Take freaking action. I've told you, you were made in the image of God. You are a creator. You create experiences. Begin with you. You are influencing things in your favor. That is exactly what we are doing with this freaking shit. That is exactly what we are doing with this freaking shit. There you go. So have that stuff. Make it real. So people go as far as writing a letter, writing a full, creating that picture, writing a full statement, and be saying it's like, I am. People go that far. Now you have that. Don't go there and be waiting for life to happen to you. Take action. You don't need to have it figured out. Let me tell you guys a story. When I launched my Airbnb business 2 years back, I launched it without a penny of my own money. I didn't have a dime. I had money. Let me not lie to you. I had money. I was working. I was getting paid in thousands of dollars and stuff. However, my money had other things they were taking care of. And here it is. I want to launch a new business. And I've already told myself, see, I'm launching this so and so time. I don't have time to say, let me keep this money. No. It becomes a question, what do I do? I tell you guys that I don't fuck with mentorship, and it's intentional because most of the things I've gotten in this life has been as a function of connection with my mentors. I talk about Waju Abraham a lot of time. He's one of them. Now, I had a call with Waju Abraham, and we're just talking, and he kind of like casually mentioned something called zero capital. He has a book set that talks about this. The idea behind zero capital is that you don't need your own money to launch any business that you want to do, and there's a way around it. Casually mentioned it to me, we'll talk about it, and it's sort of how he launched a few things of his own many years ago without his own cash. One of his students, his mentees, even relocated to the US 2 years back too. I know 2 years back, and she opened a food establishment, food chain. She didn't use a penny of her own money, people's money. You read about these things everywhere, other people's money and stuff, but this was now making it real. What did I do? In my head, I was thinking I needed around 20 M, but this was 2 years ago. 20 M 2 years ago was still have value compared to now, right? 20 million naira. I needed to get this money in a very, very short time. It's simple. This was the idea. Other people that were in the business, I went to look at their results, their dashboard and stuff, and now presented it as though we're in partnership. I made a slide in Canva, made a slide. Then I recorded the PowerPoint, and I talked about it, the idea like this. This is the projection, this is the proposal and stuff. I'm not going to be doing all those elaborative business plan. No. I get the slide like this. I start to talk them. That video like that, I carry them, send them to people that I think have cash to invest. The 2 people that I sent that stuff to bought in with their money. Then what? These same 2 people bought 2 other of their guys in on that same project, and that was how we launched. I did not know how things would take shape. Yeah, but my focus was I have to be in, become, make it real. It's a continuous process. You figure it out. And that was it for me. You figure it out. And that was it for me. I took freaking action. I tell you guys, take action. The very, very first client that I landed, I told you about how it came about. I just sent the message. I just sent it. And the guy replied. I was like, yeah, even told me about eyes over interviewing other people for the same role. At the end of the day, I did some freaking research. Like, dude, I knew his language she could speak. And I was like, Justice, I want you. The same day, I was in my daddy's house. I didn't know how things was going to go. There was the whole COVID thing that had already happened. And then I was in my last year in school. My laptop was shitty. I didn't know how my future was going to go. During that same time period, there was a company, one of these multinational companies. I was using my certificate from another school I'd been to before. I went to Uniben to get that. It was a full-time, full-staff role. A very, very profitable and lucrative one. Nasty, if you read that my book here, then you understand how the whole process and how I felt like I was scammed and everything. At that point in time, I was almost depressed. But yeah, I shot that message. I took action. And then that translated to a $100 a week role. That same client went even onward to pay me over $1,800 per month at some point. I just took action in my low period. I didn't know I was going to work out, but I was intentional about being. This is very, very important. Don't end it at visualization. Now, when you have that sorted out, what is the next step? Step 4. Step 1 is noise. Step 2, clear targets. This goes with visualization, remember. Yeah? Visualization. Then you have step 3, which is take action. Now, you might be asking, what is step 4? What is step 4? Remember, don't forget the part about gig of RAM. I have to use that example to know why it's intentional to cut out RAM and cut out those distractions and don't spread yourself too thin. On that, this clear target now, that is don't spread yourself too thin. Don't spread yourself too thin. DSYTT or DSYT square. Remember this, right? Don't spread yourself too thin. Never. Now, you have that. The third point is very, very important. If you have a car, yeah, the car not starts. Sometimes maybe the battery don't get 1 week and stuff like that. What happens? You see people now, they will come. The driver will be there, and they'll say, let's push the car. You see, they start pushing the car, the engine will still not peak. They're going to push. And at some points in the beginning stages, when they were trying to push the car, it's very, very difficult for them to push that car. But it gets to a point where you say, as they push the car, it goes easier to push the car on your own, they roll easier. Something is happening. And it gets to a point where because the car is able to roll easier, they're able to run small with the car. And then it gets to a point where you say, before you know it, and the driver tries to start the car, like it's already going, you start working. That idea is something called momentum. So your first step at this point is to build momentum. How do you build momentum? Consistency. This is how you do it. Build momentum with consistency. Guys, these things I'm sharing with you, take notes. It's something I want you guys to go back later and reflect on. Build momentum with consistency. Most of you shared your wins with me. Many of you are very, very shy to share your wins with the group. They share with me and I post them sometimes on my WhatsApp status and stuff. $500 here, $1,000 here, $200 here, $300 here, and stuff like that. They are building momentum. It would shock you that the same you that is pulling that amount of money, at some point in the future, you will close the $10,000 goal. And you will look back at today and you'll be stunned. You will only be stunned if you continue to build momentum. It's possible that all you've had so far have been increased responses to your messages. You've not had a client that tells you, okay, send your this thing, let me pay money now. It's possible. But don't despair. Build momentum. The car never starts. But at some point, you say it don't flow easily. It's allowing you to go on like this. They say, okay, up there. And to get to the stage of Google, it will start. Build freaking momentum. It's important. The last step, step number 5. The last step, step number 5, I think this is easily the most important step. I like to think, I believe in the Bible so much here, and I make references to it a lot of time. You know, there's something the Bible says about how bad association corrupts useful manners, right? And I like to think that the reason why other humans are in this mess that Eve and Adam put us in was because Eve kept bad association. Husband don't come out, go do something. She was there and she was working in the garden. And then there was the tree that God said, do not eat from that tree. And she kept looking. She looked to the point where bad association waka come meet her. And then he asked her, the snake, we should Satan using the snake and what like, now true say God say me could not shop from any tree when they the garden. Instead of Eve to realize that, okay, this was a setup. This is bad association. trying to fill my head, fill my life with noise, and go away. She stood. And she was answering. They were like, she was trying to solve the smarts. She has things under control. They were like, no, God say we can eat, but only this tree that is in the middle, that is the tree of knowledge of good and bad, that we should not eat. She has opened the way. And what happens next is more insemination of noise. And then the snake was like, God knows, say the day when you shop from this food, so when you say when you not shop, that day your eye go open. You go be like God, knowing good and bad. And what did the Bible say? And the woman kept on looking. The noise, it has been planted like a seed. It's beginning to take roots. And what next? It starts to sprout. And then she went on reaching and taking of that fruit and eating it. And the wahala all of us yesterday. Number 5 points, make friends with people serious about growth. With people serious about growth. The reason why mentorship work is based on the same stuff. I have mentees that work with me personally, closely, right? You know the nasty thing? Inside our mentees, there's mentees inside mentees. They are the mentees that hold me by the waist. They are mentees that I love so much. The reason why I love them so much is not because they are smarter than the other people. It's because they make themselves available. As much as you have bad association, you have good association. Now, the difference is that why bad association fills your life and brain with noise, the good one do the exact opposite. Now, what is good association for you guys in this situation? For people who are serious about growth. Whether you like it or not, in your immediate life, there are people who are serious about growth. There are people who are not. I like to think about it as it makes life balanced. There have to be this side to balance at the other side. It's a funny way to look at it, but it's a fact, right? I mean, you can't just have people that are serious about growth everywhere. The same thing where you cannot have people that are nasty about their growth. Now it becomes a question of which of the divide do you want to be? Do you want to be the sheep or do you want to be the goats? Now, if you want to be the sheep, will you be hanging out with your fellow sheep or will you be spending more time with your fellow goats? It becomes a question of the side of the divide you want to be. For you, if you want to pull some serious results in 2025, get yourself a personal freaking mentor. Number 1, that is going to be your strong friend. Number 2, surround yourself with acquaintances, friends, people who have your similar vision and drive. The reason I created that group chat, that was the idea. And I think some of you already making some form of connections, which is good. Some of you have been able to give your own colleague a job, which is good. One of the groups, one of them, I think 2 persons, the graphic design and stuff. That's amazing. Now, just people who are serious about growth, in your moment when that your motor won't fuck up, at them, go hold them, follow you, push them, and you go, and it starts. They will be the one to help you to maintain this momentum. Those of you in Port Harcourt, I'm doing something on the 11th on Saturday. It's some form of strategy meetup and chill. It's nothing too serious. There will be palm wine, good palm wine for that matter. All right. I was going to do some form of dinner buffet setting, eat as you like, but at some point I was like, nah, let's make this really chill. I was going to use my house. I don't know if I will use my house still. Or maybe we'll just use one of the parks in town, right? And just as though it's some form of picnic. Or just go and get a location somewhere. You could do anyone. It's not a problem. Now, the idea is, you see, when Bible say, when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, you say it's there in their midst. Something similar. We want to create energy to help you win. Apologies to those not in Port Harcourt. I'm in Port Harcourt. There's nothing I can do. However, you guys are tapping some energy on this call right now. I'm going to send the recording. I want to go back and rewatch it. So we're going to sit down. We're going to talk. Amongst the people that are going to be present are people who are doing very well in real estate, making lots of money, selling properties here and there. Among the people going to be present are those who are doing well in tech and stuff like that. And most people are going to be present are those who are just starting out. And then you have people like myself. There's no form of disparity. This is not a teacher student meetup. This is a chill as friends meetup. But at the same time, we got to reflect about our strategy for the year 2025. Whatever location you are in, you could make something of this of the sort happen to. Make friends with people serious about growth. What have we been talking about so far? Number one, cut out noise. Number two, don't spread yourself too thin. Clear target, visualization, take action. Visualize, right? Pick one area. This part, pick one area you want to dominate in 2025. One area to dominate. Dominate. You are not there to play in the middle. You want to dominate. I mean, your pastor might have told you this is the year of domination. I no offense to you guys, but I'm not a pastor person, right? Dominate is not by having that sticker on your wall or brand sewing seat to that guy. Nah. By the actions you choose to do. Pick that one freaking area and take action on it. Number three, build momentum with, sorry, number three. What's number three? Let's see, number three. Yeah, I think number three is just take action. That's it. This guy. Take action. Just take action. Then you have number four, building momentum with consistency. Then number five, make friends with people serious about growth. Now, this call, I think we started sometime around past 8. I didn't intend it to be very long. It's something that should keep you guys firing on your toes. I mean, I've been seeing you guys' comments and stuff, and it's making me happy when I see people win. Some of you have not made your $1,000 yet. Some of you have not made 500. Some of you have probably not made a penny. Some of you have been getting more response. Some of you have probably not gotten as much response as you would like. Some of you are still conflicted, are still stuck. If that is you, non-para, there is help for you. I'm moving our community to Telegram so we can have a more mix of people from different levels, right? So as people share stuff, as we come on board and talk about stuff, you can also benefit still, and you can make connections and whatnot. And I'm trying to find a way where I can segregate people into different skill sets. I'm going to do that on Telegram. So I've told Jesse to do that, to create topics, right? Different topics, and then you join the topics that you feel make sense for you, all right? Now, we want an energy that is central and spread across, and you can consistently tap. So as much as I said, the challenge is a period of 30 days, I'm maintaining constant conversation with you guys for the rest of the year 2025. This is my gift to you guys. I want everybody to win. You see, when I started out with you guys, I mentioned something very, very interesting. And I said that the idea behind all of these things has a selfish motive. I have a company I'm launching that requires lots of cash flow. We've launched actually. And I'm in a situation where you guys have lots of money to invest money in our company. If I have Shikuti investing $10,000, I have Nosa investing $5,000, I have this person investing $2,000, I have Chekube investing $1,000, $500 and stuff. We have a bigger pool to build wealth for all. I'm building a community of wealthy people. You don't get wealthy of $1,000 a year, $5,000 a year. Nah. Whatever it is we're doing now is going to be the building block to your wealth ignition. But the formula remains the same. This 5 formula I've given you guys is the building blocks to transforming yourself into that person that is going to break into financial freedom, if that is your thing. I've come to realize recently that everybody have different goals in life. I mean, I'm big on God. In fact, if you ask me, the Bible even mentions still that fear the true God, keep his commandments, right? His commandments. And it ends with, for that is it only, the sole obligation of man. Whether you're a man or you're a woman, this is where your obligation is. If you're an atheist, I don't know what to say. But here you have it. But then at the same time, some people, I said something at the beginning stages here, every single person is on a journey of self-actualization. And maybe this is your path. If this is your path or one of your paths to this self-actualization, I'm here to help you build it and make enough money. Not because you want to have enough money, but because money is a means to an end. I'm the kind of person that likes to travel. I like to enjoy life. I like to pleasure. I like to enjoy, vacation and stuff. I don't have I like gadgets. In my house now, I have a monitor screen. I have a Mac here. I have one other computer somewhere. I have a phone, another kind of very ridiculous kind of gadget. And most of my gadgets are like top tier. That's things that I enjoy spending money on. And what does those gadgets help me do? It helps me to be much more efficient in my work and stuff, both from working with clients, both from the things I do for you and everything. All of these are together with this whole journey for me. They're all connected. You could be the same. I was having a conversation with one of my mentees, and he told me that his biggest fear is going through life and being stuck in one location, does not, and say he's not exploring. And it's nasty. Imagine say they born you and you go there for publicity, and at the end of the day, you can't do the born children and everything. You do not get to explore the world. But you cannot explore the world when you're not seeing food chop. You cannot explore the world when you don't have money to buy flight tickets. It's possible that this journey to self-actualization for you guys, this is it. This is it. This money, is that means to an end, whether you like it or not. It's a means to an end. It's a tool. So if you want to be able to get this stuff working for you, this is the roadmap. Easy peasy. I want to believe I've been able to get your heads cooking today. If I have, please give me an emoji on the comment section. If I've been able to ignite some certain new energy, some certain new fire in your mind going forward, that's going to help you approach things, even if it's just a little bit differently, please let me know in the comment section. I want to see it. If there's one thing you all need to remember, is the heart of being. One thing that helps me is I don't focus on transforming my life extraordinarily over the course of a few months. People tend to overestimate how much progress they can make in a short time period and underestimate how much progress they can make when stretched out. For you, one thing that could help is focusing on becoming 1% better each day. Whether with your decision making, whether with the conversations inside your mind, because all of this is the energy we're talking about. It's transferable. I've had people that, I was training or teaching or having mentoring and stuff. I'm very careful about people I bring to that my inner carcass mentorship space, because your energy connects would affect me, because we're having more closer interaction, right? This dude, he was always complaining. I don't like it. He was always complaining. Are you telling me that you don't have things in your life to be grateful about? Why is it that your default setting is to be complaining all the time? I told him that, say, please leave. I don't want you in this space. I didn't say it in that context, but I let him go. It was a nasty. I asked him a question. Is this how you go about your life? Always complaining, always feeling frustrated. Nah, if that is your kind of person, it's not a personality thing. It's something you need to take out of your life. It's possible saying that noise don't influence you to behave like that. Aspire to be 1% better every day. 1%. 1% better every day. 1% better every day. And you do amazing things in 2025. I'm rooting for every single one of you, and I'm sure you guys are going to win. Please keep sending me your progress. Let me know areas where you have challenges. Honestly, I'm I'm modest enough to admit that it's a lot of work trying to navigate through all of you. You guys are many, right? And then given the fact that I have to do stuff with clients, I have to interface with my businesses, I have to discuss with investors, I have to do this, I have to do that. It's as though I'm splitting myself into many stuff, and it's not easy, right? I'm even looking at a situation where I suspend every mentorship arrangement until maybe May this year. I'm doing it actually. I even increased the price of my personal mentorship to 250 grand. I did a discount early this year for 250 grand, which some people got in on. But this is still on for till the end of the month. Once these people are like anybody that is not coming in between now to the end of the month, they are all up. I'm not doing anything again because I want to create time. And even this whole arrangement for this people, I said I'm committed to you guys for the rest of the year. I'm going to also find a way to have a system that is going to help everybody to be carried along relatively easily. So guys, 1% better every day. Let's indoctrinate this concept in our head, and we all will win. I'm going to end this call at this point. We said lots of interesting stuff. Oh, I see.